Jacking off on Skype and Twitch streaming. We do fucking live streams here, man. We don't record shit.
No, I'm recording it, and the greatest part about it is I hit record just as you said jacking off on Twitch, and so the podcast here will start just with you saying jacking off on Twitch. So
It'll start with a fucking blast.
no one's gonna know about this this dialogue that came before it. At any rate, hello everybody. You are listening to the Mortal Gamer podcast. Today is November 19th, 2015. I can't say anything. We got a pretty packed show this week. We've been playing some games in the 52 million years we've been not doing podcasts.
Well, I don't know about packed. I've been playing a few games consistently, not a bunch of games. I don't
That
know.
is in some pause you are listening to,
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
sorry. I didn't introduce myself.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm rude.
The podcast audience is offended. I can feel them pushing the stop button right now.
Yep.
On their Walkmans.
Ugh.
Anyway, keep talking. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I didn't have anything to say. I actually have two beers in front of me.
Yeah.
One of them is the one that I saved from yesterday. I fell asleep. I opened up the beer.
Oh.
Fell asleep.
Oh.
So as soon as I woke up, I put it in the fridge, and I just brought it out today, right now for the podcast. But it tastes like shit because all the carbonation is lost. So it's just water, I think.
Hold on, let me unravel this mystery. The beer that you left out all fucking night tastes bad.
Can you fucking imagine? No, I'm trying to nurse it because it tastes horrible while I'm drinking my other beer that I just opened now.
God, you're doing it right. You're doing the.
I don't want to waste the other beer though. It's like, you know.
You're a better bachelor than me, and you're not single.
Well, my girlfriend's gone for the night. She's gone to like this Pythian meeting, so I get to fucking double fist for the night.
You're already unraveling.
Yep.
This is why women exist.
So they keep us away from alcoholism.
Oh, right, yeah, Ronnie's just gonna drink himself to death and get alcohol poisoning from drinking some like 10-year-old fucking beer.
Yeah, or beer that I find in the bottom of the fridge.
Get some.
I couldn't drink because my fucking girlfriend refused to let me drink.
Blame the girlfriend. That always works. It's the greatest plan ever.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, where are we even going with that?
I don't know, but we're talking
That
about.
was hilarious. Jesus Christ.
Somehow we're gonna talk about games from that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Zombie Kill the Week gameplay video I put
Oh yeah,
together.
that's that zombie game I got you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Do you
Okay.
want to talk about it?
Sure, I haven't played it in a while, but I remember it was fun when I played it.
So, as far as I can tell from this game, it is basically 2D, like zombies from Black Ops. You got to kill a certain amount of them, and then you collect money, and you use that money to open a door, and then you collect guns, and then it's pretty fun.
Yeah, they progressively get harder and harder, so you're just jumping around from place to place, and I think it's 4 players maximum. So it's funner when you're playing with friends that you know, and not just people on the internet. You know.
Yeah, I was just soloing it, and it was fine for a moment, but playing solo, it falls off real quick. So it's definitely something to play with others.
Yeah, I think it's on sale right now. It's 75% off, $1.74. So
Oh, jeez. I bought.
that's how much I got it for. I think that's why I bought you. It's so fucking cheap.
Yeah, it's one of those games you like spend less than like a burger or something, you know, when you're out getting your lunch.
Yeah.
Like the cost of a McDonald's cheeseburger is more than like some of those games on Steam.
Which reminds me of, like, have you ever done the trading cards on Steam, the Steam trading cards?
Yeah, I have. I've actually I sell them. I need to get back to selling them because I'll sell them for real money, but they'll most of the time it's like 7 cents or like it's yeah, really minuscule.
Well, usually I hear people like they buy games on sale for like, it's on sale for 95% off, and they get it for like 20 cents, and then they get all these Steam cards, and then they
Oh
end up selling the
yeah,
Steam cards for more than the game was worth.
I
So
forgot. I need to dig into my Steam cards. I haven't done it in so because since I got the Xbox One, I've kind of been leaning towards that just because it's a new toy. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, Steam is it's gonna be weird when like Steam boxes become like a thing and the diminishing returns on consoles, starts to really become a problem because it's kind of a problem now.
well, just on a side note, news headline: apparently Steam machines are perform worse than PCs. I guess that's what I heard on the news headlines. They're not as good as playing games as the regular PCs are.
I would assume that much. I mean, they probably have some sort of back end on that thing that has a certain amount of.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be
You know,
surprised because I mean, Windows PCs they have a track record that goes back to the 1980s, while Steam
yeah.
machines are kind of based off that, but they don't.
Well, and Windows is pretty low. Like Windows 10 is a pretty low. Like it's not quite a resource hog. Um, and sometimes the operating system on a console can be a resource hog, and I don't know if that's the case with the Steam machine, but these things can happen.
Yeah,
Um,
Steam.
PC games are pretty fucking cool though. It turns out Steam is like the way to go. Um,
Yeah. Huh.
but the fucking thing is Halo and shit. These sons of bitches.
How much is a Steam machine? It's like, what is it?
I don't know. I mean, I know that there's also that Link thing. I think my cousin's using that.
Hmm.
It's just like a thing to tether to your PC. Um, I'm sure they have a fat ad for it. Ooh, Hotline Miami 2 is on sale. I need to not look at Steam. Buy
Don't
shit.
Steam. Do not.
Okay, I don't know what the Steam machines cost. I'm not gonna waste time googling it, but you may.
Oh, here we go. Starting at $499. So, $500 for a Steam machine.
You
I
know,
don't know.
if it plays games better than the Xbox 360, I'm sorry, the Xbox One or the PS4, and you kind of want that experience, and but I don't know how it stacks up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll have to like watch a video that compares both a Steam machine to a console. Yeah.
I mean,
PCs
there's
are
no
always gonna be
reason why
better.
you would want one, or me. We have PCs.
Yeah, exactly. So I can always hook up an HDMI cable to my big screen TV and kind of use that as an analog to the console.
Yeah, and but I just like all the competition. Like around these boxes, things are getting weird. um, the viability of consoles and all.
Yeah. The last console I had was an Xbox 360, so I'm pretty far behind on the market.
I think if you just want something to play around with, an Xbox One is worth it considering all the shit they've unlocked recently. All the 360 games, which is in the show notes that I sent you.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, let's get back on task, and then we'll get back to talking about all the games they unlocked on the fucking the Xbox One.
Tell me about it.
Well, fuck it. Let's just start there because we'll pretend like we're talking about news first, and we'll go back to games. So I don't have a list, but I can actually get one. They unlocked a bunch of games on for Xbox One.
You mean like they made it retro? What is it called? You can play Xbox 360 games on Xbox One. Oh yeah, there we go. Backward compatible. Backward compatible.
And here we go. And like a bunch of them are Xbox Live Arcade games too. So it's a pretty long list, and I'm not gonna read it on the show. Um,
Well, that's cool. I didn't know about that. I mean, that's new to me. That's news to me. So,
oh yeah, they kind of dropped it. They dropped the news a few months back maybe, and it almost um. Oh my god, this is a real hell of a time for my mouse to die. Uh, it almost made them. I mean, it didn't really make them look bad, but like what happened was is they didn't get it out when they said they were gonna get it out, and so
yeah.
people, people were just getting antsy. Um, but they ended up rolling it out with what they're calling it, like Windows 10 or something for Xbox One, and it's the new Xbox One interface, and it's pretty slick. Like it works. It works. Gets the job done.
Huh.
Um, and I'm doing this precarious move where I'm plugging in my mouse to my PC because it crapped out on me. Um, at any rate, but yeah, it's really sweet. Just looking at my old Xbox 360 games and Xbox One games, and like, oh, NBA Jam, whatever. I can download this now. That 360 one that came out. I don't know. I don't know if you remember that, but just bunch of games. I kind of wish I had bought more digital stuff because, it's more satisfying now because it's just right there. You just hit download
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
It's yeah, they just need to put that shit on sale more often. Like, come on, Microsoft, your games are expensive digitally.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, they gave people that option to play those games and have access to them. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I think they were feeling the crunch from Sony, and they're really turning over a new leaf. They came out the doors like in suits, basically, like no used games, blah blah blah, and everyone said, well, we're buying PS4s then, and then they said fuck, and they did the right thing. They changed some staff around, got some new people, and then it's a total about face.
So so PS4 allows backwards compatibility. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about PS4, but I think this is something that they've done to be competitive. But
Okay.
I don't know that they have backwards compatibility. They do have a lot of games you can buy digitally. I don't think you can just start shoving in discs into that thing. But it's probably got they probably have quite the catalog for everything.
Yeah. Seems like besides getting a PC these days, next gen consoles are kind of like PC analogs in that you can play older games since they're so digitized, and they're making them compatible with the current systems.
Yes.
I mean, it gives me more reason to buy a console these days now, just for the because of that reason.
Yeah, the consoles, they are limited, but they do offer kind of a convenience factor to them, and it's pretty sweet to be able to just fucking hook in some controllers and go. Now that's being bridged with the wireless attachments for the Xbox One controllers and the 360 controllers. But like, it fucking sucks when you're playing PC games and some PC bullshit happens, and you're just trying to play with friends.
System 32 file drive crashed.
Yeah.
Please send an error report.
Oh
Yep.
my god, we're fucking nerds.
Well, I mean, I've received that message quite a bit on different games like Killing Floor 2 or Fallout 4. That's the inconvenience of having PC games, that they're always prone to more bugs. I mean, well, they're prone to a certain amount of bugs as opposed to console players who are kind of lucky because I guess they give more attention to console players as far as finding out bugs and making the game more playable.
Especially if you're Batman.
Yeah. Shit. Well, fuck.
You heard about that, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh
Well,
my
I mean,
god. Did you hear the
heard
second part of the news?
I only heard the PC version of it. I'm not sure if the
Well,
console release was as shitty
I think it was fine. I think that it was maybe just a case of this game just being tailor made for consoles.
Oh,
Because so long story short, they rolled out the game and then it was fucking busted, so they pulled it and it was gone until very recently. They put it back on Steam, and then the latest bit of news is they were offering refunds to anybody, no matter if you've beaten it or not.
mm.
So
I think
holy shit.
I think at what point Steam took it off of their
Yeah.
platform because it was just so crappy. People just couldn't play it. It was just so bugged up. There's certain areas in the game where the textures weren't loading, and it was just like you're walking around in midair. So,
I have a lot of respect for Steam for
Mhm.
policing their own market, because it would be crazy if they didn't, and many websites don't.
Yeah, like if it was Origin, I mean, they wouldn't take their own games off the platform.
No.
They keep fucking selling that shit, regardless of
Oh, yeah.
people's comments or their objections.
Battlefield.
Exactly. Like Steam is kind of its own platform and allows companies to sell games through there, and they can make policies as far as policing what goes on in there. And, I mean, the policing policies aren't the greatest in the world, but they're in place, and they kind of do their job every now and then. So I respect that.
Yeah, and they're pretty good at responding to the community and to what the fuck is going on.
I do like the refund policy, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good thing on Steam.
Yeah, because I bought some. Fuck, dude. I wonder if I could do that with The Witcher 2, because that shit don't work for me. Anyway, do we want to talk about? Well, why don't you tell me something you've been playing? We'll go back and forth.
I've been playing a shit ton of Fallout 4. I mean,
Yeah, let's talk about that.
came out a few days ago, or maybe a week ago. But yeah, I don't know. People have been complaining that it doesn't feel the same. I mean, there's a bunch of bugs in it as far as a PC version, but I feel okay with it. I like the shooting mechanics. I think they're a big improvement over the previous games.
Yeah.
I mean, Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, they kind of... I feel like Fallout 3 didn't have as great shooting mechanics as Fallout New Vegas, and then Fallout 4 has better shooting mechanics compared to Fallout 4 has better shooting mechanics than Fallout New Vegas.
Well, I mean,
although the companies were different, the developers were different. I think they did a major improvement as far as the shooting mechanics, and I really like that.
consider that Fallout 3 came out in a time where not all shooters had aiming down the sights. I mean, that's a pretty weird thought.
When did Fallout 3 come out? Fuck.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know it came out sometime after 2005. I'm sure of that. Fallout 3 release date.
This fucking podcast is a
it's
mess.
October 28th, 2000. Exact date. So, I mean, there was aiming down the sights.
Oh.
Kind of out, Call of Duty, the first game. When did that come out? It came out pretty early.
Oh my god.
2000s. So
I've played, I think I've played all the major Call of Duty games. I missed the PS2 and Xbox ones. Didn't care, but OG Xbox, PS2.
yeah, I mean, it's I compared to Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas Fallout 4 is I think a major improvement. Especially incorporate like building mechanics in it. Have you done the building stuff in the game yet?
I'm still a little perplexed with the building shit. Why am I not putting up this gameplay video? It's still kind of a thing for me. I haven't gotten very far into the game, and I've been kind of fucking around a lot.
It's an optional part of the game. It's kind of what I like about it. You don't have to actually build shit in it. You can just do whatever you want. Building your settlements is kind of an optional thing that you can do. But I kind of like it because I like building games. So I take the opportunity to build my settlements, put some chemistry stations on there, and build a shit ton of stuff, build beds, whatever, whatever I can build.
Yeah, there's just a quest that was like, yo, build a chair or something like that, or build something or other, like just to kind of get you into it. But I don't feel like they tutorialize much at all in the game.
Oh yeah, you kind of have to just go onto the internet and just try to figure out
Yeah,
through like forums and shit. That's
it's
kind of
strange
sucks
these
because they
days.
should have included like a tutorial, or maybe like even like an inbuilt quest where they show you how to do all that stuff. It would have been convenient, but sometimes the developers just don't like to fucking put in the effort. So there's a lot of examples in that in Fallout 4, but I think the benefits outweigh the
Yeah.
the negatives involved.
Yeah, it's awesome. So maybe we should, I don't know, maybe if you live under a rock, you don't know what Fallout 4 is.
If you're listening to this podcast, you don't know fucking Fallout 4, get the fuck off. Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude on your podcast. But...
No, it's hilarious. No.
Yeah.
Get out if you don't know what Fallout 4 is. Fallout 4 is this, well, not like it is the sequel to what is potentially the best game of the last generation, arguably, Fallout 3. And you're just thrown out into the wastelands, and you gotta fucking scavenge and kill mofos that wanna do you wrong, take their shit.
I was excited. I was excited more so for like the storyline and just trying to figure out like what happened in Boston. What's going on in Boston? I want to know what happened in Boston. So, I mean, they can make 6 Fallout games, and I'd probably buy them all just to figure out, what happened in this city and that city and the other city,
Yeah,
I like the lore portion of it. So
I like running around and trying to fill out the map, and then finding out some dudes are way too tough.
Yeah. Legendary Deathclaws. Legendary enemies. Have you ran into those yet?
I killed one Deathclaw with that chain gun.
Oh, that's the beginning part? Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of like cheating, but whatever.
Well, I mean, they include it in the game. I mean...
No, it's fine. I love it.
I feel like they should have put that off later in the game, Just so
maybe so.
Towards that goal.
Yeah, they kind of rolled it out early, and then it's like, whoa, all this power, so early on.
Power armor early in the game. You're level 1. There you go, some power armor. You can use it.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe I was fucking up a Deathclaw so quick. Granted, I was I was a little further on, but when I got to that point, I've been screwing around quite a bit elsewhere.
Yeah. How far are you into the game?
I don't really remember, to be honest. I think I'm like a level fucking 12 or 10 or something like that. I might be. Yeah, it's... Dude, I don't pay attention when I play Fallout.
You just fucking like close your eyes and just start playing.
That's a good way to put it.
Go into a meditative state. It's like go into your inner chi.
Okay, keep talking about Fallout. I gotta grab a battery for this mouse.
I don't know what else to talk. Well, I need my friend here to fucking talk about this game. But anyway, yeah, I've been playing Fallout for quite a bit now. I do like. I mean, a lot of people might not like this mechanic, but the perk system, I think it's refreshing to have a different perking system than what's been built before. I mean, you can copy and paste what Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas put in there, but it's my opinion and I like it, so.
I like those new perks, if that's what you've been talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I think it's kind of makes you more decisive the way they put it this time.
Yeah.
You kind of have to commit to one thing or the other a bit more.
There are some mods that kind of modify it to what Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 used to be. I haven't downloaded mods yet. I guess if you're a console player, you don't have that option because, PC Master Race, we're the better guys.
Yes.
Yep, we have more options.
Dude, Steam games are so cheap. Oh my god.
What?
Steam games are so cheap. Like the sales that they have on Steam games.
Yeah, I was just looking at Steam right now. And they have Company of Heroes. The Company of Heroes series are on sale right now. So,
those are pretty good looking games.
except you don't like strategy games, so
I can enjoy Company of Heroes, but it's always like I lean towards more towards action games. I don't know why. It's short
yeah.
attention span.
There's quite a bunch of micromanaging in the base building mechanics. There's you have to take a look at every one of your troops and kind of manage how they're doing. Otherwise, you can kill them off, or the enemy can kill them off, and you're like, fuck. Now I have to spend a bunch of resources on rebuilding this one unit that I had. So
Yeah,
it's not like Command and Conquer where you're just building a mass of fucking troops and just sending them over to the enemy.
oh yeah, units are way more way more meaningful in that game. Like an individual unit, when you lose it, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and the fights are between a handful of dudes. You know, it's not like fucking 40 tanks and whatever.
Yeah, that's why I like it, because you put a lot of meaning into the troops that you currently have and you try to take care of them. And whenever they're kind of getting fucked, you can push the retreat button and they can run away. So
yeah, I forgot about that game because I played it so long ago. I played the first one and I was like, wow, look how good this game looked.
yeah.
It was the first game you could zoom in and see like detail, like Command and Conquer. It zoomed in, it didn't look so good.
Yeah, I like their little voiceovers that they do every now and then. Like, hey, like the German side's like, I'm busy, sir. We're burning Americans.
Yeah.
They'll say something like that, or the British people will be like, fucking wanker, mate. I had a really bad impression of a British accent.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Well, I mean, not a British accent, but just English accent. There we go.
We'll have you do a whole show sometime with that voice.
Fuck.
I think I'd probably jump out the window first.
I think anybody who's listening to us from the UK is probably not appreciative of my imitation.
All three people playing it, listening to this in the UK, have been like, "Fuck these guys."
Yeah.
I found my Fallout gameplay. Yay! So I've been playing the game on the Xbox, and it's kind of got some issues. First and foremost, it obviously doesn't look great. If you're used to playing, sorry, my throat's been killing me lately. If you're used to playing games on what the fuck?
What's wrong now?
Oh, it's a stupid video. Took a shit on me. It's fine. If you're used to playing games on PC, you can definitely see this game kind of looks rough for a game coming out these days, especially from a developer of this clout.
AAA game. Yep.
Yeah, they are not. They are no longer, some tiny little developer. So, but so what happens is you'll zoom in on a guy, you'll do VATS from like a long way away, and it may not show the guy so good because the draw in is so rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then apparently the frame rate gets real rough at times. I have not gotten to that point. It is kind of dipped here and there, but some people say it gets really, really bad on the Xbox One, and that's where I'm playing. So I don't know.
I've had that happen to me on my PC. I've taken a scope and I've zoomed in on enemies, and the frame rate just fucking drops.
Oh yeah, and yours is pretty. Yours gets the job done, right? I mean,
it's pretty decent PC. I mean, it's not a fucking toaster, but
yeah.
it can handle Fallout 4 in the highest graphics settings pretty well. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm just. Part of me is slightly regretting the console thing, but I did kind of like want to know like what it was going to be like on console.
Well, man, if you would have gotten the PC version, you could have like waited until they came out with all the porn mods. Eventually, it would be coming out.
Oh, I'm holding out for Clean Faces mod.
Clean faces and dresses.
Fucking weirdos! Oh my god. Fucking Fallout. Only Fallout can stir up such weirdness.
I mean, it's not even
It's like
Fallout. It's
Portland.
Fallout and any Bethesda game like Skyrim. You
Yeah.
know, they have all types of fucking porn mods out there on the Nexus, Fallout Nexus.
They make it's almost like everything, like anything that could have been thought of. There's
What's
so
that?
many bullshit mods.
Yeah, what's that law called? Is it Murphy's Law or something like that? Anything
Yeah,
can happen will happen.
yeah. Oh my
If you
god,
imagine porn in a video game, it's gonna happen.
dude. I will be getting it for the PC, but it will be like when it's like on sale on Steam like in the future, and then it'll be horsing around with mods. I what I want to do is just I want to play through the game, killing everything. I haven't beaten it yet, so I'll still kill a merchant here and there just because.
Make a new game, start fucking be a killer.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
You
that's the one
steal
thing I
shit,
don't.
it's fun.
That's the one thing I don't like about this Fallout 4 is that there's no karma system. You know, if you start killing people, nobody's gonna give a shit. So,
Oh,
in Fallout
damn,
New
that's
Vegas,
right.
you had a karma system where if you were good, the bad guys would go after you, but if you killed off people, the good guys would go after you. You know, I like
Hmm.
that, but this
Yeah.
game doesn't have that mechanic in it. I'm hoping a mod will come out and kind of fix that. So
He probably will.
probably. So
That'd be a pretty complex thing, but
I'm sure somebody can come up with it. So
yeah, I'm sure. Yes, the fucking internet, they'll turn out anything. Um, yeah. So, synopsis, it's pretty good. What say you?
I'm not hyping up the companies. I'm not going on the hype train, but I do like the game.
Yeah.
It has its flaws, it has its bugs, just like any Bethesda game. But I still like the game. So,
I think if I had to give it a score right now, and relatively speaking, I barely touched it. But I think it would be a 4 out of 5 right now. That's my guess.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5 beers.
Yeah,
my
now you
new
gotta
rating
drink 4
system.
beers. Yeah, that'd be a good drinking game. Like every time you do a fucking review on a show, you gotta drink the amount of beers. Yeah, it wouldn't be that much. Do shots.
5 shots would be probably more exciting.
Yeah. Oh my god, that derailed podcast so quick.
It started off pretty well and then fucking end with a coma.
Someone would just throw up on the show all over their mic, and then their computer would catch on fire, and they'd be too drunk to do anything about it.
Fucking burn the equipment from all this fucking puke.
Flaming vomit. So I also played. Are we done talking about Fallout?
We're done with Fallout. We're done with it.
I played Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Do we want to talk about that?
I mean, I haven't played it, but yeah, you can. What is the game Ultimate Edition? What does it entail besides the non-Ultimate Edition?
Well, I wrote a review, and I posted it on. I wasn't paid for this. I just wrote a review for shits and giggles. I'm just gonna read my review because I think that'll just sum things up, and then I'll whatever. Okay, here we go. Bear with me. Gears of War Ultimate Edition is a prettied up version of the first game in the Gears of War series. You are once again resuming the role of Marcus Phoenix after getting a surprise release from prison. You wouldn't think anything could ruin your day. Unfortunately, the Locust Horde is waiting for you to give you a proper death sentence. If you played this game before, I'm just gonna kind of fucking sum this up. But if you've played Gears of War before, this is not like the Halo 2 prettied up thing they did there. I mean, granted, this looks better than the first game, but like it won't blow your mind. It looks fine. It won't blow your mind. The frame rate gets real bad at times, which is kind of sad because it's like it's a 6-year-old game. Prettying it up or not, well, it's probably older than that, but no matter what you put into it, you think they could have ironed that shit out by now.
Yeah.
But it still plays fine and it's still fun. But You know, I think it was priced right. It's like a $40 game. Um, there's one thing that really fucking glares out in this game, and dealing with AI characters can be a real problem with boss fights and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just you just get your ass kicked if you're playing on a difficulty the way gears should be hard.
Yeah.
But like I had like this revolver and I was like trying to shoot a Brumok and you have to shoot like parts on the Brumok. And it fucking I just could not shoot the guns on this thing with this revolver, and I sat there dying over and over for like an hour until I finally beat this crap. Um, but yeah, I think I gave it a 3 out of 5. I still liked it a lot, and I'm sure it cannot, it won't set you back, a lot. But I don't know.
I only played Gears of War once, and that was when I was over at your place, like, I don't know, a year ago, I guess. We were playing Gears of War at your parents' place, I suppose.
Yeah, Gears of War 3, I think it was.
Yeah, I liked it. I just didn't. I don't own it for a console. Wish I'd played it more often, though.
I think if someone hadn't played any of the Gears of War games, this would be a great place to begin because you don't have the snobby palate that people like me that have played every one of them. I played even Judgment, but they're good console shooters. I think it does just fine compared to most of the great shooters. Does well next to Doom and shit like that, I think.
What about Time Crisis?
Oh, the arcade shooter.
Time Crisis or Area 51.
Those are pretty awesome. I'm still waiting for the proper like House of the Dead console game where you can actually run around and shit. Like,
Oculus Rift version.
Oh man, I just love the zombies and the art style in House of the Dead. It's just morbid and fucked up looking.
I think that game is perfect when the guns actually like give you feedback. When you shoot, it actually like the gun moves back.
Yeah, the bolt will go or whatever.
I played the arcade versions where the gun was just like a static little plastic thing.
Oh yeah.
It's not as fun as having actual feedback, physical feedback.
Yeah, I agree. When there's no feedback, it really takes the wind out of its sails. I think I played. Huh?
Oh, no, never mind. I said recoil. Never mind. That's what
do they actually kick back on you? I mean, you can feel it kind of. I mean, it gives you a good jolt, but
no, they're kind of like a little jolt, little recoil thing.
Oh, it's like a vibration.
It's better than just
yeah,
holding a plastic gun that does nothing.
Yeah, you gotta have a response, a tactile response to what's happening. Otherwise it gets dull.
Plus, it's kind of a workout too, because when you're holding it up for long enough, your arm starts like hurting.
Yeah, dude, I agree. It gets fatiguing. We were at Dave and Buster's playing some of those Alien games a while back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Man.
A while ago.
Yeah, I think I meant to talk about it on a podcast, and we never did one.
We gotta hang out soon, dude. Fuck, we haven't.
Yeah, dude.
Gone to a bar or anything like in a while.
Oh, dude, we gotta do that. Well, I don't get fucked up anymore. I can't do it. I fall apart. I just start throwing up and shit. That's fine though. I've jumped to the other one.
The other pond.
Yeah, it's legal.
The green pond.
Yeah, I'm pretty green to the green.
Marsh.
Yeah, it's like the inside of the. Anyway, moving on from that topic. Where are the show notes? I don't even know where we're going with this.
Oh, Killing Floor 2. That yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I meant to do a fucking podcast a while ago about this, but we just never got anywhere with it.
Killing Floor 2 is awesome.
It is. I like it a lot. It's not a copy and paste from the previous game. It does have different mechanics, especially when it comes to just the basic feel of it is a little bit different. As I don't know, just whenever you aim the gun, it kind of has like a little smoothing effect where it's just kind of feels like I don't know. It feels like a more realistic shooter than it did the previous game because that one was more arcadey, I'd
Yeah,
say. So, and the way you shot and shit.
I feel like with the advancement of like physics, especially, and obviously graphics or whatever, it does make the guns feel more tactile and believable.
Yeah,
Um,
there's more of a delay between like raising your gun and putting it down the sight, as
yeah,
opposed to the previous first game. Also, there's a shit ton of blood in this game, which I like.
yeah, dude, it fucking goes everywhere.
There's the what's it called? It's the Gibbs and Bits update, or the mechanic that you can like tick on the graphics option, and it just puts a bunch of fucking blood pools whenever you shoot somebody or whenever you shoot a zombie.
I've never turned it off because it's just on by default, right?
I guess it's on by default. I had to
I
turn mine
mean,
on.
maybe I should look in there
So
because it
shoot,
seems pretty fucking bloody as it is.
yeah.
There's
Before I had it on, it was just a bunch of fucking organs and blood splatters everywhere. But when I turned it on, that feature, it was that as well. But there's pools of blood just like running down. But it had liquid physics for the blood.
Oh,
So
I'll have to look that up. Maybe the reason why they give you the option is the hardware, actually,
yeah,
because
probably.
it just takes a lot of horsepower, I bet.
Yep.
So to people that aren't familiar, Killing Floor 2 is like a wave-based, like a horde mode type game. You 10 waves and there's a boss at the end, and you spend the gold that you get from killing enemies on guns in the shop, and you level up and you get perks. What are some of the perks? I don't remember.
Well, there's different classes. There's the the demolition class, the firebug, commando. A lot of your different classes that were in Killing Floor One are in this one. But
I think they've put some of the guns in better places on some of the classes.
yeah, I think so. Although it doesn't feel like there's as many weapons per
Yeah.
class as there was in the previous game, but
hmm
that's all right. I mean, it's in early access right now, so they're still kind of
I think it's actually official, but I would not be shocked if they do not continue to. They're going to continue to roll out content, but
yeah.
I could be wrong.
As of now, they're gonna implement the gunslinger class,
Oh, cool.
which is just if you like shooting with guns, it has its own class.
It's dual wielding a lot too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
I saw the gun class, but I don't think it was like a perked thing before. Has
I
that
think
rolled out?
not yet. They're gonna do it here within like the next month or so.
Mm.
I think in the previous game it was called a sharpshooter class. This one is just its own perk for guns. So I'll be excited to see what that entails.
Interesting. Yeah, sharpshooter in the first game. I'm saying this for the audience. Is rifles, I believe. It was mostly like ranged rifles,
Yeah, it was ranged rifles and there was a lot of guns.
pistols.
Yeah, pistols and guns. So
What do you mean by guns? Because there's like
or whatever,
all,
fucking pistols and
like
revolvers.
handguns.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
I'm just
Uh,
generalizing guns and shit.
I was gonna say it'd be pretty sweet if they had a class with all the guns in it, just thrown in one hole.
There is one category for electric weapons, so I'm like,
Ooh.
whenever you go into different like classes, I think there's an electric weapons, and there's no weapons underneath it. But I mean, I'd like to see what they come out for that class, or what they come out for that category of weapons.
Man, the guns in this game are so satisfying. I don't know how to say it. The slow motion and the fucking I'm looking at it right now. So for people that haven't seen it, when every now and again it'll go into slow motion and it goes kind of grayscale, but like the ammo coming out of your guns will maintain its color. So if you're firing like a shotgun, you'll have this orangey spread come out, and then the blood will show. But everything else is like black and white. Most is black and white. And it's just a really cool effect, and guys are going through the air doing cartwheels or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's just blowing up and shit.
Everything is just, your fucking teammates are like jumping around, shooting in midair, and like you're fucking shooting your shotgun, and like things are blowing up everywhere, guts going everywhere, splattering. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a rad game. Um, I think the game. I mean, and this is aside from the guns and everything. I like that they added perks and stuff. I I think the game needs more bait to it. Like it doesn't have it doesn't have a big carrot to it. You know, like Call of Duty, you're always like unlocking sights and stuff. This I think the content comes out pretty slow. You know, it's a lot better than the first game. Um,
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the page right now. It's still in early access, so
oh, okay.
eventually gonna come out more shit. So
I want to like I want to mess with the guns more. Like I want extended magazines. I want it to be like that's one of the coolest things about like Call of Duty and Battlefield. You know, is
yeah, you can
messing
add
with the
little
guns.
things to the gun. You can add modifications. I don't think that's gonna be a mechanic in this game. I think it's just you have certain perks that you can add to your character, either more ammo or more health or more damage and shit, depending on what level you are. But I don't think that they're gonna incorporate modifications to the weapon. I mean, that'd be cool if they added that
Mm.
shit to it.
Well, I hope they get way crazy with it. Like just put whatever fucking alien guns or whatever. Who cares? Just go crazy. Who cares?
I remember playing the first game. There was always modded servers where they added a bunch of other weapons that were kind of like really cool, like machine guns and
Hmm.
shit. And they also added they added characters from other video games, like enemies. Like fuck, they added Mario and um, Doom 3 characters into it, and like wow,
Oh yeah.
so many fucking characters that you can kill in this game, all wave based. That's what I liked about the first game. There was so many modded servers that kind of extended the life of the game.
Yeah, that's the thing about so many games is I go, man, they need a horde mode game. So games like Killing Floor 2 are nice because people can just they can basically make that themselves and then some.
Yeah. So
It's cool. Wave-based games are fun, and I think a lot of games, their single player is poor, and the horde mode is a better experience. So if you do that, why not just ignore the single player?
what do you
you
think
know?
they incorporated zombies into Call of Duty?
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Oh, I
I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, so I can't. Yeah.
I mean, I
Uh,
only go in there for the multiplayer. I mean, the single player is just the gameplay is so weak. It's just so boring.
I like going on YouTube and watching all the scream videos of like 5-year-olds throwing fucking fits.
Because they're getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
That's funny. Shit. So, I like the nail gun. I have to say something about the nail gun.
Oh yeah,
It's a
that's the kind
shotgun that shoots nails.
they all bounce off. The nails bounce off the wall, so if you kind of miss, you can rely on like the bounce effect to like get the other fucking Zeds. That's what they're called.
Yeah, yeah, that is pretty satisfying when you fire it in against the corner or something because you know it's gonna bounce all over and fuck them all up.
Yeah.
Or you shoot the ground in front of them and it'll come up and get them.
I like a combination of like when there's a combination of like commando class, um, support class, and firebug class.
Hmm.
Those are like my three favorite combinations of like a multiplayer game. With that, I feel like that's like the perfect way to like just beat the game.
Do you roll from class to class?
I do sometimes I get bored. Like for example,
Yeah.
if I'm like support class for like the first 5 waves, I'll like sell all my shit at the end of one wave and kind of switch over to like either firebug or like commando class. So
I I mean sometimes I'll mess with the class just out of curiosity for starters, but what I've been doing now that my commando class is up to a certain point, I don't know what it is. It's I don't know like 8 or something like that or 6 or something. But I'll start with that because it's my strongest class, and I can get more kills that way, and then I'll be able to afford the guns. It's kind of rough when you start with a real low class. You just don't make shit, you know.
Yeah. Oh, look, the commando class for our listeners, the two listeners that are listening,
Yes, yes.
is
Like
all
four
just
YouTube hits,
assault weapons, like the what is it, the
machine
M4,
guns.
M4, the SAS weapon. What is it called? I forget. I don't know. They're just the assault weapons in the game. So
I'm trying to remember. I'm still kind of new to the game. The bullpup. It's like a submachine gun with a red dot on it.
oh yeah, red dot sight.
Yeah, and yeah, it's machine guns, just mostly machine guns, and you get to see the
Some
moving
people
parts are so cool.
some people disagree with you. It's not a machine gun. It's an assault rifle.
Well, I know, but there's some machine guns, and there's two. I do not want to rattle off all the different kinds of automatic weapons. I'm too lazy.
You don't know your weapons. You ain't American.
People listening to this fucking podcast won't know the difference.
That's fine.
Well, they'll probably they may send me angry emails now. It's like, actually,
That is a
check
bullpup. That is an M456.69 automatic. Not what
69.
you just said.
That's a real thing. .69.
I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway, Killing Floor 2. It's on Steam now. It's really good. I think what does that go for? 40, 30?
I think right now it's at $30 right now.
Yeah.
So.
I can't say they'll have a sale, but you know.
I don't know. It's not on sale right now. I didn't buy it when it was on sale. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it go on sale. I'm sure it will go on sale sometime soon.
Yeah. They didn't do anything for Halloween. It's kind of a bummer, but they were probably too busy.
Probably. I bought GTA 5 on sale. It finally went on sale like a month ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I bought that on Xbox. Kind of feel like an idiot for doing that. But
Well, I bought it for Xbox as well, so I have
I
two
bought
copies
that
of it.
game twice. I bought that on 360 and on Xbox One.
I just wanted to buy the PC version because I wanted I wanted to drive the cars in the dashboard view.
The Xbox One version has that too, but the PC version looks way better. Like,
Well, you can modify like the field of view in it, so
oh yeah,
you can either be closer into the seat, or you can be right up on the dashboard, and it depends on what mod you have or whatever you want to modify the field of view on. So
oh man, when that game is way cheaper, I want to mess around with it.
yeah, I bought it for what, like $40. It was on sale,
Yeah,
like 25% off. So I don't know.
I want them to just have a button on that game where it's like, I've beaten this, just unlock everything, because I just don't like the beginning of that game. It's so boring playing it more than once.
Yeah, I mean, they hold your hand too much as far as just playing it through. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was also a fucking button that you can press on the console that it says, "Oh, you beat it all," and like, or you don't have to fucking do this. There's the option of skipping missions because you don't want to if you don't pass them.
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
I've done that. I think a couple
Okay.
times is on those shitty flight missions. They're
Yeah,
really not
so
good.
that's a pretty good mechanic that they incorporated. You don't have to fucking do it if you don't need to or if you don't want to.
It's a good mechanic, I agree. Um, Also, they should have made the controls a bit tighter because flying and driving is kind of loosey goosey early on. It's kind of a bitch,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
especially if you're expected to perform in these, very accurate ways.
yeah, I think any Grand Theft Auto game has always been like that.
Yeah, it's a
Or-
dramatic improvement, I will say.
Yeah, yeah,
um, Driving, and even though it's loosey goosey, it's pretty satisfying. It's just fun driving in that game. The cars sound awesome.
Well, I mean, you could always download or buy the PC version and have like steering wheel right next to you, and then a
Oh my
controller,
god.
and then your PC keyboard right next to you.
Dude, man, steering wheels, I hate to say it, they're fucking rad. Like, my cousin has one hooked up to his desk, and It's kind of I kind of drive like a maniac when I want to, so I'm pretty animated. Uh, because you just gotta throw the wheel and you kind of gotta put your body into it sometimes when you're really going for it. And it's hard to do that indoors. You just fucking smack shit around.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's that if you get a good, I don't know what it's like on consoles, but I think he had the Logitech one and um, makes driving games a lot more fun.
Yeah, I'd like to get a steering wheel here eventually. I think I have quite a bit of racing games on my Steam account, so I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to get. Um,
Yeah, because I might enjoy playing them actually, because I buy them and don't play them.
yeah, because whenever I have a few racing games for console, and I just hate using a controller to race. It's not the same as using a steering wheel.
Yeah.
It's too sensitive. This controller is just too sensitive.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I'm bad at it, and it's just I don't know. It's kind of boring to be honest with a controller.
Yeah.
I don't get much out of it. It's
See,
different
there
in
you go.
Grand Theft Auto, but
So it looks like you like simulation games more than strategy games.
um, maybe. I mean, a driving game is usually an action game in essence, because you're driving really fast. Uh, but I don't know. Driving is such a solitary thing. It's hard to explain. I enjoy driving. I enjoy
Yeah,
driving in real
I
life
think
too.
that's why a lot of people enjoy GTA 5 because it's you just get in your car and you start listening to the radio. You know,
Yeah, right.
solitary portion of it is pretty enticing to a lot of people.
I bet you can put your own music in the PC version on the radio.
I'm sure there's a mod for it.
Yeah, that would be nice because like I mean the radio is fun like for the first few hours, but it's like once you go through it, it's kind of like I wish I could keep listening to something.
Yep.
That was the cool thing about True Crime Streets of LA. You could put your fucking sound. This is the OG Xbox, and you could choose driving music, and you could choose fight music, and it was like 4 different categories, and your shit would come on. It was pretty rad.
Mm.
It was work putting all those fucking songs in, but it was rad.
Yeah.
At any rate, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about this, but I saw Gothica and Furious 7 this recently. Gothica's a Halle Berry ghost movie.
Oh, just the mention of Halle Berry. I don't know. Who's Halle Berry again?
Um,
I'm thinking
the Cat Woman.
Berry.
She was also Frost or whatever what was the lady on X-Men with the lightning powers and shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes, that girl. Yes, that woman.
she is attractive. Turns out.
Right.
Yeah, it's good for a Halle Berry movie, especially American Horror's usually terrible. And Fury 7 is great because the solution is drive off the cliff. And then because you're The Rock and you're tough, you just get out of the fucking car and keep moving. So, what the fuck? That movie's ridiculous. But everyone should get real ripped and watch it.
I haven't seen any movies lately, man. I think you're more of an avid movie watcher than I am. I'm just more like a stay-at-home Steam game playing recluse hermit.
Yeah, when I'm not working, that's usually I've been I've been forced against my will to like be more like do more shit outside of the house, and I'm like I'd rather be playing Fallout right now. But that's a long story. What the fuck were we just talking about?
I don't know, man.
I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah,
Fallout 4, it's pretty rad.
I'm about to end this podcast by taking
Yeah.
a shit because I need to take a shit real bad.
From all the beer.
My girlfriend got me a Starbucks coffee, and whenever I drink coffee,
Oh yeah.
I always have the urge to take a crap. It's a laxative for me.
That's half
So-
the reason why I drink it.
Exactly. And now I've been drinking beer, so I need to take a shit and piss.
All right, yo. So find me Video Gabecast on Twitch or Gabe0083 on YouTube, and this will be going up there. Yeah, it's Gabe and some pause signing out.
Signing out. Sorry for the vivid details.
It's all right.